Yep, I am alive. I just realized my mute button was not working, and so I've been talking to myself for the past minute. So hey there, SenseForks. I actually been streaming on other places. It's just not been much on YouTube, really. I just figured it was a good place to go. Picarto was not very active, so I decided to move here. I'm just like doing random doodles, seeing how the stream works right now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Let's just erase all of this. Dreadlocks made out of cables. That sounds odd. Oh yeah. Can you hear me on the video, or is it my audio not coming out? Let me actually listen for a second. Yep, it is here. Huh. Well, seems like you got a good place. Lovely. Huh. I'll be drawing like this sort of android kind of wolf character, something similar to, I forgot her name, Eve from WoW-E, but also a wolf, obviously. This is a commission, but should be fun to watch. I think it's not going to be an overly long process or anything. I'm thinking something really simplified, but right now I'm just doodling, like getting the information in and all that stuff. So let's see. Let me just grab all these references and put them here so you can take a look. Open link, and open link. Oh, instead of using my separate reference thing, I'm gonna just draw them here on the canvas. I think this might be better for you. So they want something like this with this. This is a really strange combination, but hey, I'll take it. Let's take a look. One more. There we go. Obviously, I want some other references from Paul. Let's see. So since I have voice on, I might as well ask you the questions here. Gabriels, do you... Okay, hold on a second. Just mute this a little bit. Okay. So first of all, do you want anything like floating around? Like this guy is pretty much made out of separate pieces, and well, this one's not. So, kind of about to go and take a shower. I could do some sketches and stuff. I just no, not floating. Okay. So just sort of the aesthetics, right? Yeah, something very simplified. That's fine. Colors. Do you have anything in mind specifically? Probably predominantly white. Though cables, they don't sound very Apple-y at all, do they? So, something I was thinking. I'll think of something. So, joints, do you want them to be more mechanical or like those simplified? I can think of something, I think, like something that would fit. We'll see. I was thinking a little mechanical. I was thinking of something. Do you remember the drawing you did the other day, like the one with the white robot with like those pink accents? Do you remember that one? Something similar to that in terms of how mechanical it is. Probably not. I would need to find it. Never mind. Just go there. I'll try a few sketches. When you come back, let me know, and I'll take a look. We could even just like voice chat or something. I mean, might as well, right? Since we're on voice, otherwise people get confused. So I'm just gonna lay down some quick sketches over here. Let's start. So thinking soft curves, something more flowy. I want it to be this. Here. So I'm guessing we're gonna use very little actual hard edges, as it's something to be shiny and sort of very polished looking. Let's take a look at the string actually. Let's see how many. 3. Wow, we're increasing. So eyes, maybe round it off, kind of like the ones in the walkie thing. Angled forward, so more like this. Probably. It's really strange to design something that has to remind of a biological form, but isn't really. So let's not think of the hair right now. Let's just go with the body. Oh yeah, I forgot my timer. So I usually work 25 minutes and then I take 5 minutes break and then repeat over and over until I'm usually done. Every 4 work times I take a longer break, which is like 15 minutes, but I'll probably just be here and talk to you guys, answer questions or whatever, if you have any, of course. So let's get that started. This doesn't look quite right. I want something more, what's the word for it? Cute, I guess. It's not exactly cute, it's more really simple. It's supposed to be more like a webcam. Yeah, you're a nightmare customer. I'm just kidding, that makes sense. So it's sleek, but it's not exactly just like harmless. Alright, so I should give indication of that as well, so it's not like all happy and cute. Alright. Let's just give them one of these. Why not? Right. So it should have ears, but maybe they're not actually ears, more like antennae thingies. Because, well, Robert doesn't actually need those today. No, not quite like this. More, yeah, I think I like this style. Character, it's meant to be more brutal. It's gonna go on all fours, but it's also cute. So I'm guessing this kind of body is probably not gonna fit too well, but let's try it anyways, just for the record. This sort of body style. This is probably way too slim. Anyways, let's just lay something out, see what comes out of this. I like to take my drawings slowly. I usually do 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 sketches if need be, like before getting into anything. So here I'm thinking maybe the arm is this big sort of, I don't even know the name of this shape, but the arms are like this, but then they should have like big claws, something like that. So it's an interesting design idea. For those of you wondering, I'm talking to someone on Discord, which is the customer who's ordering this. He doesn't have an idea in mind exactly, but he has a few guidelines he would like me to follow on this one. So that's how we're going about this. This is usually how I work. I tend to do these designs in real time. We just talk a little bit and then get a character out of it. Let's see. Maybe this is too biological. Maybe we just do this. I like the shape, but I'm not feeling it here. Yeah, I'm not crazy, sorry. No, I was not talking to myself. He's typing it. I tried asking him how to get in voice, and maybe he will. That would be interesting, I guess. So, no floating thingies. That's one of the requests. Let's go. Like that, perhaps. Hips. They like them hips, so let's give them some. So think we could call this design number 1 and move on to the next one. Somewhat well structured. I tend to usually on these sketches emphasize one side a lot more, because you don't really need to sketch both sides perfectly just to get the idea across. So like this arm here has all the nice detailing and all that stuff. Maybe we could even add some hints of machinery, if you will. So maybe it opens up and there's this black area down here, and these are just gonna be like the sort of like the joints. So maybe something like this that connects here, and then this one goes here. It's probably gonna need to be more structured, but I like the concept of this. So the character itself feels really big, a little bulky, but at the same time the pieces are very curvy. They don't have much definition in that sense. And then on the joints it grows a lot thinner, and you can see the inside of it, which is purely black and has this machinery shapes here. Could go for like a ball which rolls the shoulder. Yeah, I like that. So here we could follow that by adding just a tiny little ball on each of the fingers, and maybe the hand does this. No, that doesn't fit the whole everything's curvy theme. So I'm just really trying to talk out what I'm thinking while I do this, because most of the drawing process really is on your head. So if I just sit here and draw, it's a lot harder to explain what I'm talking about, because the lines you do are usually just like the end goal. You don't really show every step of the way. Like, you're thinking of a lot of things, but you only show the end result of it, and that usually confuses people. It's why a lot of the what's it called? Those big artists, like the people who are really good masters, tend to do very little guidelines, because they do everything in their heads, and so they don't need the visualization on the paper, and they save time by doing that. But it also confuses the heck out of everybody, so that's a problem. So that turned out a lot more creepy than I thought it would. Maybe we get rid of these bars. I want it to be sort of a little like, it looks nice, but it also cues you, and that's nice juxtaposition, I guess, those two things. Let's see. So here, just polish out this form. And get those breasts going, because even robots need them, right? Here, straight line. I'm thinking maybe this could be a good motive. Have lines following the body. No, that's perfectly fine. Just sit along and enjoy the ride. I should probably let some people know I'm here. Just get the inside of the hand. Maybe it just has Not quite ball-like, but this little mark here. So I'm trying to get everything to look a little graphical. Like it's not exactly as it would be on an animal, but this is just like a representation of it. It's not an actual animal. It's just something that looks like one. So I'm thinking the insides do something like this. So this part is like the elbow bits get closer, or maybe it could be something like this, where it has this shape here, and then two sides, which would make it bend a lot better. That could look strange though. Let's try. Could have this. It does look interesting. I think I'll keep it. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So over here, let's just expand this a little to make space for the other shape we just added. Maybe the wrist doesn't move. It's like fixed. Would be cool. Let's see. Finger here. Then finger. So just add them in like kind of this sort of shape. Hide the steps. Yeah, this is good. So, middle of the body, here it has some opening like this. That could look cool. And this big area where there's a circle inside it, and that's how this area moves on its own. I think this is how I did it on the other Android as well. Let me go at my OBS, see if everything's fine. Yep, just dandy. Get closer to the microphone level. My chair is really loud, by the way. I'll try to not move as much. let's think on that head. No, I put it over there, but I'm not sure if I like that. So, I'm looking from the front. I don't think it needs a mouth, so let's just add an indicator of where the nose would be. It just does sort of not quite blob. It would be interesting if it was like this. Very round, very symmetrical. This eyes here and there. This is off-centered. Does it drag things? That's good. You want something like hair, but not quite. What could we use? Spiky maybe, but I didn't want cameras of hair either. Let's try that cables thing actually. Just mechanical. Let's try it anyways. So here is the edge would go. Maybe if we add them in a very calculated way, this could be nice. Not over here, so we would all gather up sort of around this area. And here, maybe they separate, but it's different strands. I don't know, I don't like the hair idea. Maybe I can convince him otherwise. Something like cloth could be really good. Something like that. Along with, let's see, this has ears. But not quite. Sort of level here would be cool. So they're almost like horns. In a way. This is looking more and more like Mega Man. Oh, it's been almost 25 minutes already. Let's see here. Go this forwards. Yeah, the neck should be more here. Yeah, it looks a lot better. Does it? Does it really? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it does. It fits with the whole move. sort of thing. So maybe the neck is also black. I don't know, just throw it back here. Maybe instead of those wires we could go things like that. What color is that? So, this is like a big shape, and then a smaller shape coming from underneath. It's a big shape. And a smaller shape. How do we like that? This here, fading shadow. And it looks good. Eye shape. Maybe it doesn't actually have pupils, but it does have this sort of darker edge around the back of the eye. It looks kind of interesting. Let's try another shape. So save this one. Hide it. New layer. Let's keep going. So let's try make it more like that body type over there, since that's like the original reference that was sent to me. So more poke and a lot of ties. Man, there's a lot of ties. So be something more thorough. Let's try going with that idea. So very bottom heavy. Maybe it's really heavy up here, and then down to the feet it goes really thin again. Let's see how that looks. I like making it sort of natural. That's the word, I guess, for this mechanical kind of. So her feet don't have to be entirely. No. Maybe that's too much. I think they want something more. Sort of anthropomorphized, I guess that's how I would name it. Let's see. Here. times. Again, for the knee, I like that shape. And I should probably make that quieter now that I'm not listening to music. Let's see, how do I do that again? Go here. Just make this a second beep instead of 2 seconds. So I will be taking a 5 minutes break. Then I'll come back and continue this. Let me just put that other one that's actually something done. And here you go. So let's write a nice break message here so people don't get confused. That is smiley face right now. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Let me use this thing, otherwise you hear me when I'm away, and that's no good. Hey there. So yeah, I'm back. Huh? Oh, hold on a second. There's gonna be some noise here. Okay, I think it's fine now. Let me start the timer. So, hey, what's up, THD? Okay, sketch. I know, right? You're 5 minutes are up. Okay. All caught up. So you do like this one, huh? Just erase his face over here. So just wider everything except this. On the thing with the hair, I was gonna talk to you, but you were gone. So what I was thinking is maybe something not exactly like looks how dope. Thanks. Not exactly cables, more like sort of claws. You know, it's kind of like this. Maybe two of them coming out from back here. They sort of look like hair, but not really. What do you think of that? Maybe bigger, I'm not sure, but it's a good idea, I think. Because I was trying with like a bunch of them, and it just breaks the aesthetics of everything else. See, that's the problem. Like nothing else is full of cables. Headbands. Yeah, that was kind of the idea initially. Maybe just smaller ones, smaller cables. Oh yeah, they of course. It's just that this huge thing here is blocking, so there's not much point in adding a tape right now. This is just like trying to map out how the character is gonna work. This is not the actual drawing. Does that make sense? It's just like a preliminary sketch. Yes, unless the tail is also just a bunch of cables. That would be so strange though, I think. I don't know. See, let me add in the cables I had added before, because you don't believe me, you have to see for yourself. Let's see. Yeah, I was talking to the person And they wanted something like this, so let's just add this big loop. And then we just add like this port here, something. But it would be something like this. Like, the problem I see with this is not even that it can't look good, it's just it doesn't look like anything else in the drawing right now. And that just breaks the design a little bit. I could merge them together and have them less separated, which would make this look a lot nicer, like kind of like this. Huh. But then it wouldn't be as much of dreads, it's like hair but cable. Boke. That could be interesting, yeah. Could see that working. Let's just make a separate sketch for the hair. I think that makes more sense to me. So let's just have the back of the head here. Then we have like the face plate, which would do something. How was the face plate again? Okay. Here, and this. Then we have the ears, but I'm gonna hide them. Then what else is here? Yeah, it breaks over there, and then there is sort of goes like this, and then there is this big circle. That's just gonna be like the black stuff, which is the mechanical bits. And let's just add one eye here so it doesn't look evil. It's not evil anymore. This is way too long. This is way too short. There. It's like that girl with the... I don't even remember the story, but there was one girl and there was soup? Porridge? Something like that, and she always thought it was too hot. That was a very strange reference. Anyway, so cables. Let's see, put this over here. I kind of like the idea of the cables sort of coming over the shoulder. What if we did something like this? So we pull them together, kind of like a loose band of cables, and like have something like here, and then they spread out, sort of. Just isn't like I thought of this before. It's just that I'm not sure if this sort of look fits the character. So like that's kind of the first thing I thought of when I was thinking of the. There, yep, broccoli. With the ears, it wouldn't look so strange since they would be like this and here. That actually looks better than I thought. The ears now. Maybe I should make her... It's just that, like, killer usually means edges, like knives, pointy bits, pointy hair, evil eyes, kind of stuff. But this character here is like everything round. So it just, I guess we could add a few edges to the character but keep most of it rounded off, which would indicate that it's like huge but also deadly. I think that could be nice, yeah. But anyways, so this is the hairstyle we're going with. Not all attack robots. Yeah. Right. So that's the plan, right? Let's go. I'm gonna expand this canvas a little. Let's just push this here. And what I'm gonna do is get this references. No, not here. Change the lasso. There we go. Get this. Move this here. Oh jeez, these are all in the same layer. Move over here as well. Then we have this little guy. What the heck did I do? Channels, get back here. Okay. Photoshop is weird. Really, I have to. So what happened there is I somehow made it only select the red portion, and now, oh yeah, I need to click here. There we go. So basically that was just like dragging one of the 3 channels from the image instead of all of them, which is really strange. So we had this tree here. Oh, yeah. Okay. We don't need this part. It's fine. Let's just get this tree closer. And this guy comes along. I'm not very smart. This guy comes along. Goes here. And then finally that first sketch we did. This one. Yeah. But I succeeded in the end. It's okay. Alright, let's see. Where is it? Oh yeah, of course. I still have that selected. Photoshop's hard, man. Oh, okay. That's you. Thought it was a human being. Just kidding. Hey there. Let's just put this here. I think that's fine. So I'm thinking something vertical since I want to show the whole character, so let's just make a new layer. Selection. Something like this. Yeah, that seems about right. But maybe more like this. Think about that. Yeah, I like that more. So give it the other color, not that one. A little bit darker just so we know, and then create group and mask the group. So now we have this stuff over here. No, it is not a metabot. As much as you would like. So let's just move the entire group over to the side so it doesn't eat that hand. Hand's important. There. So let's get working. Final thing. Okay, make this brush darker. Kind of of posing are you thinking of? I'm thinking something like ready for battle. Could be good, which is more showing like the angry side. Or maybe being cute, but like hands are pointy and that other stuff too. Could be cool. What kind of pose are you thinking of? It seems it has died on me. There is no answer. So just try something. Pose. I'm gonna ban you if you keep that up. No, just like the kind of posing. What are you thinking of? Something more like standing pose, not just showing the details of the character, no. Crouch could look good too. So. Maybe one hand in front of the head, like she's looking at the claws, and the other hand's just off to the side. We're feeling really edgy. For blood on claws? Wow. That could be cool, but I'm not sure. Could work, yeah. So scratch his head, this is not what we're going for. I think the blood could be nice. Let's try that. So something, yeah, it's gonna be here. I'm gonna get the claws. Maybe more like this. Fingers are not all open. Oh, that's a horrible finger. See, the beauty of drawing like this is like you really shouldn't focus on like making it prairie so much. It's more like just trying to get the idea right. I think that's probably more important, because if you start with a good idea, then you usually get a good drawing at the end. Start with a weak one, and no, it's like everything you do afterwards doesn't seem to work out as well. Yes, it's like the focal point, so I'm thinking character is looking to it. So to me that makes sense. And first, you don't have to start with any particular part. It's just since the head is very rough in this kind of sense, like it has this sort of shape, which is beautiful. This sort of shape. But if you look at the front, it's like this. Kind of want to have her looking sideways. That makes more sense to me. So this hand's not gonna work out. Maybe she has her arm like this. She's leaning. No. Yeah, she's leaning. That could be nice. She's sort of leaning back and lifting it up. Getting a look. Listen, That doesn't strike me as nice though. What's wrong? Oh, this is part. If I decide like this kind of shit. So I want to have her looking sideways, but I don't want the body on sideways. I think that's what's throwing off the drawing. So why would she be looking to the side so much? Maybe it's not completely sideways yet. That would look better. Yeah, it's not really about starting with the worst part or the easiest part. To me, it just makes sense to start with what's gonna be important for the drawing. Like, if we're gonna have her looking at the hand's probably gonna be more important than the face even. Does it make sense? So to me, we should draw the hand, or like the interaction first, and then from that point where you know you have the story you want to tell, or like the kind of idea that you want to pass with this drawing, then you add detail to the rest. Let's say it's something like this. I think that's the kind of, but maybe it's more dramatic. She has her hand almost stretched out. Yeah, that could be nice. So hand more stretched out. It's like, look what I done. Zero, what's no. Yeah. Just having a little difficulty thinking of a good to follow this. Because it doesn't feel very dynamic right now. That's the problem. So let's try something else. Maybe the hand is forwards in camera. She's like this. The hand is almost like taking over the face. She's completely sideways. She's like badass fighting pose. Oh yeah, the character's thick. Don't forget the thickness. Next here. And like this part is coming forwards towards the camera. Yeah, like that, but it needs to be rotated. But at the same time, this needs to be smaller because we want this to be a full body. And I think very solid pose, like sort of almost martial arts kind of. I am completely imbalanced right now, like not relaxed, more towards tense. Sense all wrong. Yeah. Should be more like this. Like, the details aren't as important as getting the feel right, and I think we're getting close. So the other hand is just like all the way back there. This is like probably disintegrate. The same thing, we just did this and then this. There we go. Disintegrate now. how did she create it? I mean, like really far up there, or just sort of human, but not really. How big are the feet gonna be? Like, I was thinking small, but I guess it makes sense to have them bigger as well. But that would mean the entire lower body would need to be bigger as well. Then again, this should be bigger already. Huh. So she's a Yeti. That's what we're going for, right? Okay. So big hands, big feet. Can do something like that. This here. Yeti hobo wolf. Yeah, that sounds about right. Is the rest of the body fine? Or do you think it should be different? Yeah, it should be a little bit bigger. I want to show the neck. I think the neck is really important in this area. So here's the shoulder, and then from here we get the neck, which is gonna be almost stretched out. And we could even have those cable things, and almost as if she's turning suddenly. Like something like that. Yeah, I'm starting to like this. For the legs, I think if we're gonna follow that motif, we have this shape here, then this shape here, and it leads down to this, which is gonna be like this ball, and then it widens. And that's my cue. So let's take another small break. Yeah, that's because I usually listen to music while I'm drawing, so I wanted something I could hear no matter what. I might have to change this now that I'm just drawing without music and talking, and you people are listening to my ear-piercing howl from the timer. Yeah, it is very loud. It's just like a max volume square wavelength kind of thing. But anyways, so I'm gonna stop here for about 5 minutes. Do you have any questions? Would like something you want to talk about? Just stretch a little. She needs to make Megalovania. I can't. YouTube is evil, man. If I play it, they're gonna come after me. It's like Toby Fox is just gonna knock on my door and demand my money, right? I think it's safer to just not use music right now. Until I find something like that's really quiet and I can use while talking, but I'm just really trying for this whole stream out. It seems fun so far, right? Yes, I am. But that doesn't mean I should. Yeah. It's like I can get away with it, but I don't want to start just like, oh yeah, I'm just below notice, but what if I'm not at one point? That's the thing. Don't wanna set a precedent, you know? Plus, it's annoying because YouTube just goes like, yep, that's music. Huh. You don't get any money now. Or something like that. Though, to be fair, I don't think I have put any monetization on any video. Sort of because I forgot. Anyways, I'm gonna go get some water and I should be back soon. Let me... Wait, it is working. What? Huh. Well, that's strange. Anyways, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I think I'm back. Huh. So, before we start, let me just... Timer? Do not play any sounds. What's this blink? Oh, okay. Starts blinking. Cool. I think we can do with that. It's less Evo. Okay. So the posing looks good, I think. The tail, we didn't really settle on anything for it yet. It could be just like a... could just be like this huge cable that could be cool, but I don't know if that's gonna fit well. Maybe it does. Like she just has this massive power cable. There's no way that's gonna getting through. Look, we can even make it braided, come on. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I actually don't know what to do with the tail. Maybe it could be something more like the body instead of the hair. Like maybe something that does this kind of shape. It fits well with the edge concept we're going for here. Like sort of overlapping blade-like segments. What do you think? Maybe less bladey, but bladey is the point. Oh, I see. Yeah, maybe that's too much. Could have like a less of a raise between the segments. Yeah, I like that actually. What if? What if? That does look like an insect tail, doesn't it? Something like a dragon tail. How does a dragon tail look like? I've never bothered to look. Let's just get this part done with rabbits. Yeah, I did. I just didn't bother touching it right now. Like this. Oh, also. Zip ties. So let's just break from this real quick. This color. So you mean something like this? You have like this bunch of cables, and then you have like this zip tie with like this little thingy that keeps it together, and then like just more cable, and another one, and then it just spreads out like the hair. That just looks like hair, but from the butt. That's what tail is, isn't it? Let's try it. I mean, why not? Yeah, we could like have the second thing here and then it spread out and do a regular tail. I'm not sure if I like a regular tail for this because everything is not regular. Hey, what if we just like do this kind of shape, but it's mechanical? Maybe add this sort of joints here, here, and here. Little caps. Oh yeah, no, I get it. It's just like this is really rough. There is no point in going into details. Yeah, some joints here, here, here. Yeah, that's kind of like the idea I was thinking of. So here, when it bunches together, it's because these shapes are just like closing. So these parts are sort of open. Here, and here, and here. Like this kind of deal, and like what I'm thinking of for the character is like the white parts is just gonna be plate or something that's very non-malleable, and then inside you have this sort of patterned, I don't know, carbon fiber or whatever, black skin-like thing that's just that bends well, and those are the joints, and this is like the big plating. That's how I'm thinking of. You could have a mechanical base with the cables starting halfway though. It's not too an abrupt shift from the body, and then complements the hair halfway through. That could work, but see, the problem I have with this, like the end, like, when it ends on cables, it has to flare out, so otherwise it just looks strange. But a tail that flares out just looks strange as well. That's the problem, you know. So if it doesn't flare out, then it doesn't feel like cables. But if it does, it doesn't feel like tail. See the problem there? Cream pump. Yeah. I did do that as a joke, but I think like just a massive crimp at the end. It's just looks silly. So let's just add in those nice ears, ear antennas. Yeah, pose-wise, this feels nice to me. This feels really nice. Like, you can feel weight in this. Like, pose feels alive, which to me is really good. Maybe wider stance. Thinking that maybe she's a little too short, but I'm not sure if that's a problem exactly. On the torso, I had this opening here, and then sort of like this ball shape inside. Don't know if this is something we want to keep, but I think it adds a different idea. What do you think? Yeah, that's the belly, isn't it? Maybe further down? I thought of it like you open up the rib cage here. So here's like the rib cage. And then belly is down here. Just a little further down here, maybe. Yeah, it's just that I put that around, but that is what I meant. So this goes further back, and it's not showing right now. It has to do this, and then the foot goes and does this thing. Yeah, I like that. This road though. It was like a total turn of the leg. Almost. Maybe that's too much. Maybe it is too much. Like maybe more like here. This should be like this. Yeah, it looks more natural. So here, and then we have the base, the toes. So maybe with this one we could go further. Just like here, or a little stretching. Yeah, that does seem nice. What do you think? Me too, me too. Talking instead of stopping really helps. Alright, I think I'm probably ready to just like polish this. Think there's anything else we should add to this before we go? Or is the idea nice? Okay. So now we move on to the less interesting parts of this. We got the concept, we have the references, and now we just refine. It is really low. So the way I usually go about this is like, instead of trying to go over the lines perfectly, sometimes I just sort of redraw everything, like as if I didn't have this underneath. This is too strong. Like, because there's a lot of issues and things with the sketch that I would like to fix, but at the same time I like the guidance it gives. So I like to rely on it, but not just completely. Proportions is fine, then details and positioning is usually not fine. It's a mixed bag. Let's see. No. So the eye, let's just draw a line. It's supposed to be the middle of the face. The middle goes here. This converges here. And the eye should be on this side. Thinking of this sort of diamond shape, I like it. Should it be bigger is the question. Since it's the only feature in the face, I think that makes sense to have them a little bigger. I will make it thicker, don't worry. I kind of like the sleek look this one has. Like this one just feels way too bulky. Maybe this forehead area should be dropped down, make it a lot thinner. Yeah, I like that. This back. So since the entire head just moves down, this eye should be more like here. Somewhere in here? And here. So remove the selection. Push this here. So maybe we make this shorter. Make it shorter is fine. Thinking the head sort of has few pieces together, almost. How do I have them? So the ears, they are sort of coming away from the head, but like upwards. So since this turns this way, it's here. It's gonna be like this. And the other one is going to be like that. Huh. Maybe bigger, maybe bigger. So the hair is gonna be somewhere like here as well. Gotta remember that. There's big shape. I like having them a little bit more spread apart, something like this. No, that's a little too tall. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It looks a little like a fox, and I don't know, that feels right for this kind of look, because since there is no mouth or anything to speak of, the muzzle is just there for show basically, and it feels so bulky to have it full size. So the neck, I'm thinking of it sort of really thin, and it's kind of made out of these shapes, like little like the underneath of the tail it's gonna be. So it's just like a bunch of shapes that can move one way or the other and let give it movement. I'm trying to make it somewhat realistic, but not so much that it looks ugly, because if we go full realistic, then it's just gonna be really bulky, and that's no fun. Now for the chest, thinking this is the main body parts. Maybe, no, this has to go here. Here. Let's see, the knife connects here, sort of. So this part has to go behind. So does this, and then it goes here, and then it opens up, then down, like this. It's almost like one of those figures you use them for posing on your desk. With a little spread out. It does. Yeah, that looks wrong. It looked fine when I was looking at it, but now it doesn't. Such is life. It should be more like this. Maybe even further. I think this ear's too back. So, like this one goes way too up. Maybe it should be more like this. So for the hair, maybe we have like this band here, which is like the first band. And then everything just flows, kind of like this. And then we have the second band, and then it flares out. Maybe this part just pokes out a little bit. And this part flares out. Don't worry, I will add detail to it. And now I'm just getting the final shapes in. I think this. There. So this is starting to turn out nicely. I don't like this section. It should be more flowy. Should be less curves, I guess. Like less points where it changes direction. Feels a little too bulky to make it bigger. See, that's kind of why I had it really thin at first, because I don't know, it just feels too big. But maybe that's just me. This part here goes in, and then we have this sort of curve here, and we have the other side of what's sort of like the hips. Hips. Good, good. Here. All right. Kind of flow to it, so this part should be more up here. It's just really lifting those hips up. It's like the badass and sexy kind of pose. Okay, so time's up. Your whips. Take a look at this string out. Josh was slow. telling me to increase the bit rate. Maybe I should do that. Okay. I don't know if we can do this while on stream. Oh, we can. Let's just put in the number it wants. Okay. Does that crash the stream? Is the question. I don't think it does. Let's pause. Just take this page. This one. Let's reset. So short break. I think this string is fine. No, I changed a few configurations, so it should be good. So string options. I would have to stop the stream a little bit to change this setting. So might as well do that. Guess I'm stuck with this for now. Let's see. Okay, so one more round. Let's get this going. Use the brake. So the leg was gonna be something like this. Here it opens, it shows the inside. And on the inside it's something like two gears. Looks like gears but two points where it turns. Ticker. But that's a little too much, I think. You sure? Just that I feel it's a little unnecessary, I guess. So this. No, this gotta be efficient with these robots, man. You can just like put so much mass in one place for no reason. I think it's fine. Maybe if we cut it here, that could be interesting. So it's like there is this section inside it shows as well. We add one of those circle bits here. If you can turn ships into anime girls, you can do anything. Anything. Don't know if that started as a joke, like, hey, people ship them all the time, what if we make them actual ships? And then Kantai collection appears. Yes, they did. So these joints, what I'm thinking with them is something like this. The leg goes here, and if you need to like bend real tight, this, and then this. So kind of like a triple, two joints, one connected to the other. This makes sense. So does this kind of bend if it needs to, rather than if like there was just one point of joint, since this thing and this thing don't really they're like solid hard, they can't just smush each other. Has to be something else. That's like what I have in mind for this. Yeah, so here I'm thinking it like opens up almost to in a circle to connect you to the second part, which is gonna be here. Second part here. The feet need to be bigger, I think, considering how. It's just I'm not sure if this is gonna fit. It's always the question, isn't it? Let's just add this big soul back here in the front. Big claws. Something that regards, I think. Couldn't be nice. This here needs softener. Streamer like. Yep. Chamfer? Is that one? Like this? I don't know, I don't like this version. Oh, I see what you mean. Like here. Yeah, I wasn't sure where you wanted me to do that. I don't like the shape of that foot. Yes, I think it can be improved. Like, it doesn't feel right with everything else. Maybe I just need to make it more separate. I'm thinking of adding lines over the front of these. Like, I think it adds a nice indicator of where the heck things are. This character is very round and that can get confusing, but also it's a nice little touch because it shows as if like two big bits were connecting there. Yep. For this shape and try to get using it here and then goes back. Still don't like this foot, it feels too bulky. No, not elegant. I'll think of something else. Let's just move on to the hands. So here this one is moving directly towards the camera. So somewhere like here. Then turns here. That, no. Oh, so no back parts, just like remove this whole thing ever on her toes almost. I think it's like Texture isn't exactly cylinder toes, like the part under. Yeah, but see, the thing with that is, it does look nicer, but it feels a lot less like the hands. Maybe that's fine. Maybe these fingers here should be tiny. I think that feels like too big. Too big. Yeah, I think that was part of the problem. Then we can add claws and stuff. Make it pointy. No, because that's not nice. Oh yeah, but it looks nicer this thing. The problem is just that it felt too bulky on the back and too bulky on the front, and then we took the bulk from here and from here, and it sorta came back to the same style as before, but it doesn't feel as strange, at least to me. Maybe I'm wrong. This lag though, this part is stuff that's should be more like here. Yeah. She looks like a Digimon, I'm not gonna lie. One of those that just has this big metal feet. Digimon, those things that are like Pokemon but not really. It's like, it's a show. I don't think it's a bad thing though. Yeah. Unless it's like a dinosaur, then it becomes back bad thing. Huh. The hands. This angle. Nice challenge. Let's see, and it's gonna be pointy. So you don't see that. No, I don't like that. Maybe like, so her hand is not really a hand, sort of. It's just like this bit here, and then from it just comes out this thing, right? Something like this. Could be cool. Though I don't know. I'm not sure if I like the idea of just like both things as the fingers and then the plasma. In that case, it probably would make more sense if it was like really exaggerated over instead of like just encasing. Something like that. So I'll show you. Like imagine our hands like almost normal size. Normal size for my standards. So she has like this hand, thumb is hidden, and then from here it's like it's almost like a ghost hand over. That would probably make more sense, but I'm not sure if I like it. Could be very graphic. It's definitely appealing, but without. What do you think? Oh yeah, it's probably too big. It's just like over exaggerated. Let's see. Let's give her some roboty things. Maybe slightly less big hands and slightly more of that. You think? Like, make proportions smaller overall. That has the whole plasma team going. Still big hands. Yeah, I agree. I think big hands is good. I'm just not sure how big the hands. Yeah, this thing is a bitch. That's what I do, man. Big hands. Yeah, Buffalo would make sense in that case. Yeah, but look at the size of these things. Even after we downsize them a lot, things are just huge. So can't cut down though on the hands. I guess so. Let's see. So and here, in hindsight, since this is gonna be probably on YouTube, like as a past broadcast, should have probably been on YouTube chat, right? let's try moving this partially. Yeah. Maybe we... Yeah. Maybe we could just like voice chat after all, if you want, if you're up to. I mean, it's already been, 2 hours. Yeah, pretty much. I think I just need to like explain better and stuff. It's just, I guess it's, I don't know, it's not as simple when there's very few people watching, I guess. It's just like you're just talking to yourself most of the time. I like this though. See, here there's one big difference from this. See, on this one I added wrist. Maybe I should remove the wrist. I'm fine with that. Huh. So if we take out wrist, huh? Maybe that is good. Feels... Yeah, it is more necessary, but it also looks cooler. She's good, that's how. Yeah, fine. Let's put that back in. God damn it. Photoshop's really weird. Sometimes just decides to type in places and then you press hotkeys and it just types instead of switching those. It makes no sense. And there's like, no, you can't put B as the size of your feather on the lasso tool. Not sure if I like this. Just Maybe it's like the wrist is a little too big. But if I make it smaller, then the hands feel ridiculous. It's a difficult thing. But I like the look of this hand, I think. This is a good hand. B. This one. Oh yeah, we do wrists now, I forgot. Just finish this hand and then I'll take a break. I think it probably should be more here than how it was before. So the wrist goes flat on like this. And here we have this opening which shows the bits inside. And then the fingers. So, that's finger number 3. That feels a little too small, isn't it? That's because everything has been made bigger. I don't know if that's a good thing though. It's a little too small. Anyways, break. I believe this works. No, I mean the head. Let me just write down my accomplishments. 1, 2, 3, 4. All down. And there's 4 more to do. That's because everything else is beefy. I think it will need a little bit of changing, probably. Let's get this blinking thing reset. So what do you think, Chad? Anyone alive?
Ya apa? Kalian membawanya?
Mm-hmm. Notion. Okay, I'm back. Let's see. So all that's left is this foot, and then take a look at this hedge, which feels a little too small. We need to change something about it. I like the hands, but I think this one's a bit bigger than this one, and I'm not sure which one I like the most. And let's see what else. I don't think I incorporated enough of the black stuff. I think I want to do more. This part here feels like maybe it should be more rounded. Like it's gonna look a little bit more alien, and I think that's kind of cool. So this is like more of a bow instead of just like being belly, but different. So let's keep the yeah, it is kind of lonely, isn't it? But it's fine. I mean, it's the first time I've ever streamed on YouTube. I'm surprised I got anyone to come, right? that's always something. And I see where I'm in a culture as well. I always end up drawing big hands and people tell me to shrink them, and I get sad. I think the hands should be a little bit bigger, like this one. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Like this thing is just like breaking. I need to, but it's a good guideline, I think. Yeah. So change this. I'm just trying to match the other one. So see, the other one is like smaller, this part here, and then there is this. This one, there is this big space here. So I'm gonna try removing it and see how that looks. Yeah, I think I like that. But the position is kind of wrong on some of these fingers. Need to fix that. Oh yeah, let's start the timer as well. Let's get rid of this break as well. Pencil and paper gang. I mean, digital is very useful in the sense that you can change things around easier. Like you can make things on layers, you can wrap them, warp them a little, and change the proportions real easy. Like I can just, you know, select this head, make it just a little bit bigger, which I think it needs to. But at the same time, I feel pencil is just easier to work with. Like digital has a lot of cool things, but the main thing, which is like the drawing part, is it doesn't feel as natural, it doesn't feel as good. Though I do work pretty much all the time on digital, so I kind of got used to it, but whenever I do pencil sketches, there's always that feeling of, oh, this is very nice, you know. But in the end of the day, it's just like it really depends on most of what you do is just like on your head, not so much on the drawing. So you can't do this on anything really. You just gonna have to erase a lot more. Yeah. So this hand here, that finger is broken. Need to fix this. I don't like how any of these fingers look right now. I changed the hand and I like this palm shape, but I don't like anything else. No. So let's just redo this part. And I think like overall it's just a good idea to always be open to drawing things again. And pencil really teaches you that. It's part of what I incorporate in my art a lot. It's just like don't just keep thinking with things. If it's not working out, just erase it and draw it again. Because if you try to keep on fixing something that's broken, it tends to not look as good. This Zango is annoying. I think I'm gonna change it. Maybe. It's like, it's not that I can't draw it right, it's just that I can't draw it right and looking good. That's the problem. Maybe showing the palm. I think showing the palm would look a lot nicer. So one finger stretched. The other kind of doing this thing. And there's one like almost entirely closed. Maybe? How does that look? And then we can see the thumb over here. The thumb is like this. I think this is better. So the plan is to start doing this more frequently, like a lot more frequently, because it's not much more of a hassle for me to start a stream while I draw. It's just that I tend to get a little, to want to see people from time to time, and I don't stream. But overall, if I'm drawing, you can always stream, and this could be a nice thing to do regularly. And then from time to time, I just do like a time lapse of the stream itself, you know. This could be a very simple way of keeping this channel growing without putting that much stuff in it, because the problem with me is like time commitment becomes a real issue after a while. Let's see. So here's the arm. Then our shoulders a little strange. Something missing. Maybe I should add something for the shoulders. Maybe something like this. Just like almost like a shoulder pad, just to cover a little of this, because it feels like something's missing, you know. So this sort of follows the shape where one of the big shoulder muscles would have been, and I think it looks fine. Let me see what this guy's saying. That is true, yeah. I think. Yeah, I actually don't draw a lot of robots, but lately I was just like, everyone started commissioning me for those, so I guess I did draw robots now. I like to change the faces every now and then. I think it makes for interesting drawing. I don't like to draw the same thing too much. It starts to, you know, you start to get lazy with your drawing, if that makes sense. So one thing that was bothering me about the years, and someone pointed out, was that this angle here, see, this angle here was like it aligns really nicely here, and that's why this one looks cute, and that one was just looking off. And now that I sort of made them together, looks a lot better. This guy, yeah. You have been downgraded. So overall, I think the shape of the body and the proportions look good. Oh yeah, I forgot the foot when I'm typing. There's something wrong here. This shouldn't be straight. Yeah, that's what's wrong. Because like this hip is bearing the weight. So this one should be straighter and that one should be curved. That's what was throwing me off, I think. It's just that this leg doesn't feel quite straight. Maybe I want to push this further. Yeah, I think I want to push this a little bit more like that. I think it can be more exaggerated. Yeah, it does. Needs to reach further. This part here was reached by the bus. That's the problem. There was this nice curve here, and then I just kept going. See, it's a trap. So this here, this feet seem a little too even. This first finger is just gonna be almost inside this one here. It's like she's sort of in. Makes sense. I don't know if that looks good. That's what I'm gonna try to do. It is perspective, though I haven't really touched this part more after I made, but this leg is supposed to be coming forwards towards the camera, and the other ones should be going backwards, though I will need to change it a little bit. It's wrong. So let's see. I should be able to see the top side of this, and I should be able to see most of the top of these guys here, especially. Sure, 5. Like this part. Okay. This shape is what I was looking for. Fingers. Should totally go and draw something robotic, by the way. I forgot to answer to that. That's fun. I think like artificial kind of characters are kind of cool in the sense that they force you to be very methodical in how you draw them. Because with organic things, you can just like it's all under the skin. It's like flesh here, flesh there. There is everything is encased, and so everything is vague. You can mess up a lot more in that regard, because there is a lot less visible. If that makes sense. With robots, you almost have to come up with your own anatomy in a way, and that makes you think differently, and thinking is good. So with this, I'm just like trying to think out how these pieces fit together in a way. It's almost like she's a puzzle, and I'm trying to build a character, not so much just draw something similar to what I've done before. There is less of a guideline, if that makes sense. Maybe this is a good idea. Let's try this out. Maybe her leg just does this. This part fades into shadow. And it comes really straight towards the camera. Would that make me interesting? I look like so. I don't know, looking back, maybe. Just spreading it out like this looks better. Instead of like making it longer. Few thoughts. As you can make the individual things bigger. and they get more. They make her head fuller. That's good. There. I guess so, but like even if they were a little longer, she would still need to have some sort of mechanism to make them bigger. Zip tie. Yeah, that's what it was before. I just go back a million times. Here. See, for something like this, kind of like a ponytail. See. It's not that I don't like that, it just feels. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like this volume here feels really nice. Oh, that one? I could make it bigger, I guess. I kind of like the way the top one looks. Yeah, I get it. Like sort of have it like this. But that means a lot of cables. Yeah, I guess. Just that it's gonna need to be a lot longer for that. Okay, let's see. Kinda isn't she? You can make it longer, like a lot longer. But I'm not sure if that's good. Maybe it is. And then we just have like the points out here, don't like spread out. On the topic of feet, these are too big. and this are to way further down. It's supposed to be so that one leg rests considerably further down than the other. Because I'm trying to like kind of have this sort of shadow going, like, so the character isn't in 3D. How to convey that idea? Because right now it doesn't really. Yeah, that is it. That's it. I think it looks good. In terms of position, it doesn't feel like it's too small. And this one, you just have it round up like that. The hands, I think they're fine, but this one is wrong. It should be smaller and then it grows bigger, not the other way around. Let's just like recap all of that. And here we use this opening. It's on the upside, not the bottom side. Yes. Maybe like on the shoulders we have this tiny thing here. I don't know what that is exactly, but it looks nice. It's almost like a cover for the whole. And it ties off to the line. What's that? It's armor. Yep. I kind of like that sort of thing because it gives us reason to repeat a pattern all over the character. Like for instance, we could put some here, which looks really good, compares to like just the bottom of that sphere, which like the sphere idea is not bad, but some parts of it look strange, and it makes sense to have some armor. Not a fun? What do you want, cat? I think my cat's hungry. It's probably the cue for me to go eat as well. Yeah, she just walks in and starts meowing at my feet. It's a really loud cat. There's a beach exposing. This here, right? Is this the right one? Yeah, that is the right one. It's kind of the idea for it to be exposed, but maybe that's too much exposure. So what if we drop this down here a little? Like this. And this one we do similarly, but on the other side. So it's not round. It's more of like, yeah, that feels better. That's like looking. Okay, I get it, the time is over. You don't have to keep blinking at me. Alright. So you don't like the one here? I kinda do like the one here, because like the problem without it is just like this shadow and this area here just gets exposed. And I'm not sure if I like that. I mean, I think it's fine, I guess. Yeah, but then she has no butt. If I make this curve here perfect, then there is no butt. We need the butt. It's to be a little more like this. In a little. Let me just get the sketch finished. Otherwise, I'm gonna be thinking of it all day. Let's see. Well, at least for the time I'm eating, anyways. Just make this. Alright, fine. Let's try this. Just make this particle straight and then curve like this. Here. I think that's good, right? Don't know if there is anything else to show. I'm gonna indicate sort of like breasts exist, but not really show individual boobs. I think it's nice, like if they're sort of the shape is there, but like more as unified instead of something. It's a nice subtle way of saying, hey, this is girl, but not saying, hey, look, boobs, right? It's starting to look really good though. I like how overall things looking. Let's add a line here as well. This middle lines are kind of a theme here. From here as well. Yeah, I think that's it. I am satisfied. There is no tail. I forgot the tail. It's gonna stay forgotten. It's gonna stay forgotten for a while. So I'll go eat, and I should be back in like 30 minutes. If you want to stay and watch, then that's fine. So, but I'm gonna stop the stream because like 30 minutes of literally nothing. It's kind of weird, so I'll start the stream again, and you probably get a notification for that. But thanks for watching, and that's great, Sense. Good to see you around, though. It's nice to see I have not been forgotten entirely. Like, I kind of forgot you too. But anyways, thanks for watching so far.